Pep, thank you for your time. At the start of every season, you often hear managers talk about players and that extra 1% to go again. How do you get that extra 1% as a coach and a manager within yourself to go again?
But the competition itself, give it to you this. All athletes that we have, or myself, a sportman, so when we have a game, we want to do your best, you want to win. So it's not much difficult than that.
But I remember vividly in the treble-winning season, you just won the Premier League title, and you talked about how exhausted you were in that moment. There was still the FA Cup and the Champions League to come. How exhausting is it to manage in the Premier League with the demands that you put upon yourself every day?
Yeah, a lot, especially at the end of the season, but it's what it is. We handle it in the past, hopefully we don't have much injuries. And we try to to handle it and to do it. At the end, every season, not the travel seasons, every season at the end, it's like, wow, come on, it's finished, because the target is there. But yeah, it's what it is. We are used to, so we know already.
How long does it take you to get over that exhaustion, though? Once you've accomplished what you want to do?
Well, after you have a holidays, 1 month and a half, and after you have time to refresh, a little bit your minds.
Because I'm going to ask you about Rafa Nadal in a moment, but there's only Novak Djokovic still standing from that era of great tennis players. When you came into the Premier League, there was Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, Jurgen, and obviously yourself, and you now are the last person standing in the Premier League. Did you think it would be like that when you first came?
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, but it's normal. When you are 9 or 10 years old, 9 years, I would say here, in one, always you became, the oldest one, because the people, so in football you don't win. The people like Jurgen is tired, and the people, when you get results, you change the manager. So it's our world. So a simple answer for that. I'm still longer because we won. Otherwise, I would not be here. So not even the respect and the confidence that we have each other for the hierarchy with me with the hierarchy. So I will not be here. So here you have to win. Otherwise, in this business, in the people demand, it's the only job that the people is demanding desperately to sack you. So I'm not asking to the teachers, the doctors, the architects, so don't do your job, don't earn money, be, in pension. So they don't do that. The only we are. So that's why you have to accept it. So yeah, the people are desperate when it doesn't well. Go home and don't get money. And the other one is our profession. You have to accept it.
Because you're still here, does it make you feel like more of a leader? Do you take that more responsibility for the other managers in the Premier League?
No.
When you speak about them and the demands and try and get people to understand
what
pressures they're under?
I try to be a leader for myself, to be good on myself, don't regret much things, and be, if they want me, the leader of my players, the rest of the team is their business. I don't want to be a leader for anyone, no.
How do you calculate success then?
Success, a strong team, strong organization, and a lot of passion for everyone, and a bit of luck, and yeah, that's all.
So going back to Rafa, how did you react when you heard that he was going to call it a day? Because I know you're a massive tennis fan.
A little bit, yeah, all the sports, but tennis as well. So a little bit sad, understand. I think he happened because he saw that he cannot be or compete, in the level that he had been or he had in the 2 decades. So I admire all of them, all three, over Murray and the other ones, of course, but I think the big three was a little bit the one how I admire the consistency in the athletes, in every single season being there, and how never give up, how come back for the setbacks and this kind of stuff. I admire a lot, all of them. So for me, they are three genius, I try to learn a lot with the body languages, because as a tennis players, I had a disaster, how they behave in the bad moments, how strong they are mentally, and of course the talent, the skill. So I think all three will be missed. Now still Djokovic, you can enjoy it, but I think the three will be missed.
So when you just said then about you try and learn their body language and try and take things, have you spoken in the past about how you can take things from other sports, and particularly tennis, and put that into your own coaching of footballers?
Yeah, yeah. Not in terms of tactics. I'm not an experienced tennis player or even in golf, on the sports I like the most. But the fact that I see the eyes and the ball, I always pay attention with that. How is in bad moments, how they behave. Always I want to see the losers, how they come back. When you lose a game, how they react the next one. I pay attention a lot on these kinds of behaviors. When everything is, everything is calm and everything is fluid and you win, it's fine, it's okay. I like how the athletes, how they react in the bad moments, and I love it.
Nothing is ever calm in football though, and I imagine the emotions on a pitch for a player, if you're looking at their body language and how they react to certain situations, it's an absolute roller coaster for 90 minutes. So I just wondered how the emotions are as a manager like yourself when you're in the technical area, sort of watching it all unfold in front of you.
Yeah, first of all, I had to analyze what's going on, if the game plan it works or not works. So I think some of these kind of situations happen, you know what I mean? But after, the emotions sometimes come, when bad decisions or bad mistakes, and hopefully in many years to come, still I'm manager, hopefully I can control better my emotions and my feelings, because sometimes I'm too emotional. But I said in the press conference, it's what it is. So, it's not like go theater or cinema, you see that. Football is completely, the passion is there, and sometimes explodes, sometimes, but maybe in the future I will get better. Or getting worse, I don't know.
You talk about the future. Do you feel you've become wiser as you've become older in this role?
Well, I would say the people, you became wiser when you're older, but just happen if you learn from the experiences. If you don't learn from the experiences, you will not be wiser. But I don't know, and I don't care, because what's going to come is going to come, and I will react in the best way as possible. I'm pretty sure until the last day of our breath, we learn, that is for sure. And I love to learn and to pay attention for the other ones, the other people I meet, because when the last breath is last breath, and after that it's over. So until then, you have to move on.
The one thing, you spoke in your press conference after Thomas Tuchel was announced as England head coach, and I know there was rumours and speculation surrounding you, but you said about how people need to be more open-minded because the world is such a big place. I thought that was fascinating, and I enjoyed listening to you talk about that. Is that just a general belief of yours?
But I would say I didn't say nothing special. It's a common sense. So I said one thing, that I was born in Catalonia. I didn't intervene. I was born there when my mom and dad decided to have sex one night, and 9 months later I was there.
You're here?
Yeah, so I'm not, and I love my country because it's my language, my mother tongue, my everything. But in the same time, I traveled to Italy and I met people that I love them, and I love to go to Italy to see them. And here would be the same in other places. So today the people, move all around the world, and we learn from them. So what we learn the most as a human being is for the other people. We read books because what's written for other people that can inspire you and make you feel better. I'm not saying better person or bad person, it's feel you better. And I feel better because I was in Germany, I was in Middle East, I was here, I was in Italy, I was in Mexico, and every part, I was unbelievable. And I learned that we are the same fears, the same wishes, the same desires. The people want to live in peace. The people want to have a decent job, have enough money to have a house, a food on the table, go one day to cinema, theater, or go to a drinks one night. And people just want that. That's why for me it's difficult to understand what happened today in Palestine, what happened today and still in Ukraine, in Russia, in Israel, and this kind of stuff. How many innocent people die. And when there is one innocent people die, there is not argument you can sustain, you cannot defend, impossible. But the people want to live in peace. And after that, everyone can be better, have a better job, or do this or that. You have better life or buy, but the people want to live in peace. And right, in modern world, still being in that position. It's because you don't understand the other one. And the other one is the same like you. I was born one day in one land and want to live that, and sometimes you move here and move there. and nothing changed. And still right now, we are far away as a human being where we should be, honestly. With the history taught us in the past, still we didn't learn. So it's so sad that sometimes a human being behave in that way. So, because now Thomas is the manager, come on, the federation decide full support for English people, come on, to help to make the last step that they need to win a trophy like Gareth Southgate make.
He was so close.
So close in the bird. So the standard for Gareth is here, that is magnificent. And the federation one next step, decide for that. Yeah, the people who prefer British, it's normal, it's understandable. You know, people who was born here, but they decide, I will support England, just for the fact I've been 9 years here, I want to support them, that's for sure.
I mean, that could lead me on and say, how long do you feel you will be in England for? Or is that just dependent on how you feel? I'm
happy here now. I learned for that. I learned before when I was starting to manage, I want to anticipate, I want to win that. Now I don't want to win. I want to win tomorrow. I live more day by day with the...
So you never look to the future, you just want to win?
We try, yeah.
Thank you, Pep.
You're very welcome. Have a lovely day.
You too.